Episode 9 is set to introduce a total of 8 new characters in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, by far, I think that one of the most interesting characters so far has to do with Keri Russell's character, codenamed Mara, in this story, and exactly what she will be doing in, of course, the film from start to finish of the plot of this movie. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with a moment between both Rey and Mara in Episode 9. Now, specifically, a description of Rey running across a large battlefield, heading toward a large First Order base. It's described that she is wielding Anakin Skywalker's blue lightsaber. The next goes over Rey dodging bombs that are falling from the sky by TIE bombers, where it's described that Rey eventually goes flying backward into a pile of rubble. It's said that a group of red stormtroopers with large tanks come in on Rey's position, aiming their weapons at her while she appears to be very weak. The next goes over Keri Russell's character Mara, jumping in between the red troopers, saving Rey and protecting her, where Mara uses her blaster rifle, and while pulling Rey out of the way, it's said that Mara is shooting down some of the troopers and eventually sticking detonators on the tanks, causing them to explode. However, it's described that Mara is saving Rey for an unexpected reason that is connected to the MacGuffin, and is currently unclear if Mara is the ally of Rey in this sequence in particular. So what's really interesting about all of this is that if you guys actually have learned a little bit more about this Mara character, we do know that she's going to be more around the lines of an anti-hero in Episode 9. So she's not going to be a hero, she's not going to be a villain, alone. She's going to be somewhere in the middle, where she's playing both sides, playing everywhere, right? So that's the thing about Mara, is that she really seems to have like these elements of Mara Jade from the EU, but I'm still not quite certain if she's going to be Disney's version of that character. And now I know a lot of people have been wondering on whether or not she's going to be Rey's mother in the film. I mean, that's a possibility in my opinion, but I don't know if it's really going to go that way. However, the first thing that I do find very intriguing about all of this is, of course, the battlefield, right? We do know that this battlefield in Episode 9 is going to be one of the biggest land battles in the Star Wars films, and that's one thing to truly look forward to, because we do know that this land battle is going to feature almost every single Star Wars character in the sequel trilogy. You're going to have Mara, Kylo Ren, Rey, Leia, Finn, Poe, all these different characters, as well as Dominic Monaghan. All these new characters will be involved in this scene where it actually eventually leads to a major space battle over that jungle world. So this land battle most definitely does take place within the third act of the film. We've been going over this a couple of months now, and I think that this scene in particular really does intrigue me the most, because Mara actually saves Rey for an unexpected reason that's connected to the MacGuffin in this movie. Again, like I say, the MacGuffin is a plot device that moves the story forward. And a great example in The Force Awakens was, of course, the map of Luke Skywalker was the MacGuffin of that story. So in Episode 9, what's really interesting about all of this is that this Mara character seems to be more around the lines of a bounty hunter, where she's saving Rey for her own reason from what it seems. It seems as though that Mara wants something for Rey, or knows that Rey knows something that's related to the MacGuffin side of the story in Episode 9. We do know that that whole entire aspect of Episode 9 is going to change from start to finish. That plot device is going to actually change. So when we look at Episode 9 and the MacGuffin of it all changing, it really makes one wonder on whether or not it's a person, an object, a place. That's one big mystery, and that's one big question open on the table for discussion right now. So the other one that I do want to go over is, of course, the weapons of Mara. She uses these sticky detonators that attach to the tanks and eventually causes them to explode. Again, you can really see all of the inspirational pieces from World War II being a part of this massive battle in Episode 9. And by the way, guys, in case you guys did not know, this whole entire sequence is actually modeled after the beach of Normandy from World War II that will be used in Star Wars Episode 9. So the other one of which that I do want to go over is that we do have a moment in time here where Rey is actually considered to be very weak. pretty much at her low point, right? Where she's pretty much, you know, knocked off of the battlefield by bombs falling from TIE bombers, and she actually hits a pile of rubble where the red stormtroopers come in on her position, they aim their weapons at her, and this is the point in time in which she thinks it's the end, where Mara comes into play here and takes them out, saving Rey single-handedly. And that's gonna be, you know, one of the more gotcha moments, I think, where you think Rey's gonna bite the dust for a second and then out of nowhere Mara saves her. So what do you guys think about this scene overall? You know, what do you think about the character of Mara? Who is she? Is she an ex-Knight of Ren? Is she a bounty hunter of some lines in this movie? Let me know what you guys have to say about all this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.